Humans aren't supposed to use magic. That's what the Leshen say, at least.
Of course I'd mess up my mic the very first thing. Okay, let's see. I tried it a little bit because I wanted to see if you could hear the voice, because there's a lot of voice acting in this. So you can. So that's even better. So I don't have to read everything that's through here, because there is, it is a visual novel. So, okay, let's check this out and let's try this.
They fought a 30-year war to stop us from using our machines to draw energy from the Fae. It didn't work. In the last days of the war, a few Leshen radicals staged an attack on the Fae reactor in the city of Onagrad. They vaporized most of the city and killed thousands of innocent civilians. It ended the war, but not like they hoped. Horrified by the actions of their leaders, moderate Leshen overthrew their government and sued for peace. The immolation of Onagrad changed everything. It changed the relationship between our two peoples, bringing an end to the war, but deepening our mistrust and hatred. It changed the landscape of human society, sending small city-states running to the growing empire for protection. And it changed me, because I was there. Humans aren't supposed to use magic, but now I can. I just can't control it very well.
Sophia?
Sophia, we have a client here to see you. She...
Not again.
Oh, late again, of course. Okay, we have an elf named Harriman. And we have a cat meowing. Meow, meow. Oh, a cat. How did you get in? Well, I can't purr, but meow.
Now what?
Did Sophia leave her window open again? Of course she did. Once again, it falls on me to clean up her mess. I suppose I will handle this client myself, too. Meow, meow. What did I expect? We received a payment yesterday. She is probably passed out somewhere after blowing half of it on booze again. Ooh. The kitty didn't like that hiss. Huh. Feisty thing. Wait. No. No way.
Sophia?
Sophia? Is that you? So I can meow or I can purr? I'll purr. Oh, that's better. Now you're sweet. You were just scared before, I imagine. There, sweet kitty. Everything will be... Wait, that scar on your eye. Faye's mercy. I can't deal with this right now. There's a client in the other room.
Don't panic.
Just wait right here. I'm just going to go talk to this client and we'll get this all sorted out. I know what to do.
Lady Rieckhoff would love to see this, but unfortunately she's a little under the weather. Fortunately, I'm here. I'm her associate, Peramon Irkaldi. How may we be of service?
Irkaldi, you are from beyond the forest. What are you doing here so far from home?
It is a long story. One that I suspect we do not have the time for, if you have come to ask for Lady Rieckhoff's services.
Indeed. I have come about my son. I believe he is here in the docks. And I need you to find him.
Not to turn down work, but all Leshen who have chosen to remain in former occupied territories are required to register with the county guard. I can direct you to their offices, but I believe it would be a waste of money to hire us.
He won't be on the roads.
Is he here illegally? We don't.
He's dead. Or at least that is what I was told 3 months ago. But I know it's not true. Oh, how cute. Is this your cat?
Yes, yes, this is my cat. But she's not supposed to be out in the front room. She's supposed to stay in the back so she doesn't bother the customers.
It's no problem. I have a strong affinity to cats. How long have you cared for her?
It's not...
Yes?
Tell me more about your son.
His name was Fulren. Fulren Adik. He was serving as a guard in a prison camp just outside the city.
If he's still alive, he'd be smart to return to the forest. These people have forgiven many of us, but if he...
No, it wasn't like that. Fulren was a kind man, and in fact, that's why he died. Or so I was told.
What do you mean?
You know how things were in the last days of the war. The Eardune did everything they could to prevent the surrender to the humans.
I know that better than anyone. I was at Onigrad.
Did you witness the immolation?
Shush!
It's fine if you don't want to talk about it. But if I'm going to hire you, I have to ask.
I was not one of the instigators. I was a medic. I had no idea what the Eardune were going to do. If I had known...
I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. It's just I had to be sure.
Tell me what happened to your son.
Days before the surrender, the Eardune came to the camp, ordered all the human prisoners killed. But Fulren and the guards refused. They stood up to the Eardune and helped some of the prisoners escape.
I see. And why do you think he's still alive? Can you still feel him through the Fae?
No, but I didn't feel him die either. Perhaps it was when I was asleep. But still, I do not believe. Is this cat bonded to you?
Oh, no. No, of course not. Nothing.
Oh, hi there, Alexander. I'm sorry, I didn't see anybody. And there's somebody else. Hello.
I sensed something.
Just a protection ward. I was practicing. That's all.
Fulren had a wandered animal. A fox. A friend said that she saw it here in Gibbons, near the Krovikin Church in the South Market Square. That's why I believe he's here.
And that is why you believe he's alive?
Have you lost a parent? Herman Ukalva? Or Dune forbid, a child? You know when they die. You feel them leave you.
It's called a visual novel, and the game is called The Echoes of the Fae, The Fox's Trail, and I think I paid like $3.99 on PS4 for it. And it's kind of an interactive game, I guess, and the choices that you make, there's different storylines that it will take. So I thought I would try this and see what it was like. I mean, we can't get into the game, so I thought I would do this instead. And so we'll see.
You said you cannot sense Fulren.
But I know he did not leave.
Then what do you believe happened?
And what I read of it, that the two people that came up with this game, they drew all of the graphics. So it's kind of different. It's kind of neat.
Someone here is keeping him prisoner. I don't know why. Revenge, perhaps, for the immolation or the occupation before it.
I'm sorry. We can't take the case.
Yeah, it wasn't that much money. Oh, it says bite him or wait. I'm gonna bite him. Are you alright?
Now what?
Yes, or at least I will be, once I deal with this creature.
Show some respect.
Dan created the animals, like all the rest of us, as well as humans. I'm gonna try to do the whole, voice different thing. The male-female voice, I'm not good at it, so I'm gonna try it. Perhaps something troubles her. My family specializes in mammalian telepathy. If you'd like, I could.
Hold it, guys.
Thank you for your offer, Lady Tathea, but I must decline. I can do nothing to help you in return. Your son's case, it's simply not the sort Lady Rykoff or myself can take on at this time.
Explain yourself.
I don't understand. Your advertisement specifically stated that Lady Rykoff works on a variety of mysteries, and I don't exactly see a line of customers behind me. Oh, she's naughty. We still have the liberty of choosing our cases. Now, if you please.
In that case.
Yes, I will see myself out. There's the door. He's having a bad day.
Why?
So he talks to a cat named Sophia. Damn it, Sophia. I know you must be frightened right now, but causing a scene did not benefit anyone. Now, if only...
Thank you. Are you alright, Sophia?
Oh, Sophia is a woman. Oh.
Look on your face. Oh, I wish we had one of those picnic charms. I would have treasured the image forever.
This isn't funny. I don't think you comprehend the danger of transmogrification. It is a rare form of high magic that Leshen must train several decades to master at least. More like a century.
She definitely changed.
And for a human? Well, I don't think it's ever been done by a human before.
Damn, if only I could brag about it. I'd be famous.
Or imprisoned in a laboratory somewhere, being poked and prodded by your fellow humans, until they figure out why magic comes so easily to you.
If that happens, I'll tell them they just need to stand in the middle of a giant Fey reactor explosion. All kill themselves trying to recreate the incident. Problem solved.
Can you see their writing that they type out with them speaking? Alexander?
How can you even joke about that?
Sorry. I just want you to look at the bright side here. No one's going to figure out what I can do. Even if I used high magic right in front of someone, they probably wouldn't believe their eyes.
Oh.
Don't you dare!
I won't. But this new ability could be really damn useful for solving cases. You shouldn't have turned that Leshen away.
I would have turned that case down even if you weren't dabbling with dangerous high magic. But now, I can't let you take any cases at all. As your doctor, I must advise a minimum of 3 days of house arrest. The practice of transmogrification can cause many strange side effects to beginners. Following a transformation, you are likely to experience dizzy spells, muscle cramps, confusion, and you may sporadically exhibit behavior similar to the animal you inhabited.
No, I use transmorgy... What did you call it?
Transmogrification. Polymorph.
I use it every day. I have for months.
No, you haven't.
You saw my scars. Those didn't just go away.
That's an entirely different thing. It's practically no magic. You could find a dozen human witches out in the reach who could give you a glamour that does the same thing.
What's the difference?
Think about it, Sophia. You are changing how much mass you have. Your shape, the way you move.
I feel fine. And there's no way I'm staying in this dusty heap of bricks for 3 days. I am taking that case.
Health concerns aside, Tiafa's case would only lead to trouble. Her son might have been disappeared around the time and place of the immolation. Yes, you see? Investigating his case would open up old wounds from the war for anyone involved. And I'm afraid that might be the point of it all.
The point of it all?
Tiafa Il-Adik, that woman who was just here, is hundreds of years old.
And of course, my controller's like about ready to die. Wait a minute. There.
Wow. I sure hope being bathed in energy gives me the same vitality you all have. But what does this have to do with anything?
Many Leshen, especially our elders, are still loyal to the Irgu. They may want to restart the war.
Where do we come in?
I fear she may use us, puffing the bellows at the embers of the war, inflaming the tensions between our people. Even if she's telling the truth, we risk reigniting tensions. Whoever hides a prisoner of war long after its conclusion must certainly bear a grudge on his enemy. Perhaps humans who enjoy seeing Leshen suffer.
The war happened. We can't change that. We just have to deal with the consequences and move on. Besides, we need the money.
We just got paid for a case yesterday.
Well, yeah. I spent it. Some of it. Most of it.
On what?
Booze, mostly. But I also discovered this new treat at the Dastra bar. It's this little glowing mushroom you drop into hot tea and...
Forget I asked. I've given up trying to keep track of the substances you abuse. You're going to kill yourself one of these days if you're not careful.
Make up your mind. Am I going to kill myself, or is the magic going to do it for me?
We can't predict.
Exactly.
Did you ever stop and consider that this drug that you took might have aggravated your attunement to the Fae? And that's why you turned into a cat?
Smart man. So you see now why we have to take Tiafa's case. We have to get some more of the mushroom and see if I can learn any more tricks. Come on, Harriman. Stop being such a worry ward. This will be a breeze, and the next time it's your turn to book the winnings, so you can use it to pay for rent or whatever.
And what if I spend the money on whatever I fancy? A Pegasus, perhaps, or so great in a cushioned saddle.
I'd be impressed if one case could fund all that, but I would say, go for it.
And then you would be homeless, because no one paid rent.
Pretty easy to find shelter when you can turn into a cat.
Why do I even bother?
I'm not worried though, because I know you'll give the money to our landlord. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Tiafa walked out on us, so there's no case as of yet. I have a client to catch.
If I'm going to catch Tiafa, I have to hurry. Leshen can naturally find each other through the Fae. But even though I can use magic, I can't attune to them in the same way. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to bring my notebook along as well. I like to write down my to-do list so I can celebrate once everything is crossed off. I also keep a map of Vodesk in here. I hope that's Vodesk. Vodesk is a small city in the edge of the border between humans and Leshen. For almost half the war, it was occupied by the Leshen army, with the remaining humans living as a second-class citizen. Now, it is a dangerous place for Leshen on her own. Without any human allies, rebuilding the city has been difficult, but not nearly as difficult as trying to find common ground between our people after a generation of war. Fortunately, it does not seem as if Tiafa has gone far. She waits near this edge of the city as if expecting Harriman to come after her. Oh. Okay. Back, forth. Okay, so that must be... Weren't you going after the client? Okay. Right. Which way did she go again? Back to town, I suppose. I suspect. I can't read. Okay. So we must have to go this way. Oh, there she is. Hey, wait up!
What?
You were just at my office. And you are?
I'm Sofia Meayumi Gramma, private investigator at your service.
I thought you would be, how can I put this? Older?
Actually,
Bigger. I heard you were a war hero. Well, you are a Leshan, so I'm sure that's what you've heard, but the story is complicated. How did you find me? I walked out my door and down the path. What do you mean? I followed you.
how was that?
Your friend Harriman said you were unwell. I didn't see you. How did you know what I look like? Well, he described you. He described you. Tall, blonde, stunning. Not a lot of Leshan look like that here in Vodusk.
Oh,
Your friend called me stunning?
I've got this.
No, that's me. I'm just editorializing his description. Oh, aren't you charming? Is that your secret? Is that how you solve unsolvable mysteries? No, mystery is unsolvable. That's my motto. Awfully optimistic. I try.
Anyway,
Harriman tells me you're looking for your son. Did he also tell you that he refuses to work on my case? I expected such a response from you, but to hear it from one of my own people. He's a cautious man, which is a useful skill to have in our line of business. So, have you changed your mind? I need to know more.
can you give me any more details?
I definitely wasn't there when you were giving the details to Harriman, so you're going to have to fill me in. What was his name? Fulren Irdadek. Tell me about Fulren. And as I explained to your partner, I suspect that someone in Vodusk is keeping Fulren prisoner. Perhaps someone who is bitter about the war. Ask about the fox, ask about the church, ask about... Okay, let's... that's quite interesting, but there's something I'd like to know more about.
Can you
Okay.
give me any more details?
Tell me more about the fox, the bonded animal Fulren had.
Jump to conclusions.
It was a common woodland fox. He found it while out on patrol before he was dispatched to the Vodusk region. Probably 6 or 7 years old. Bonded animals live longer than wild creatures. What color? Have you ever seen a woodland fox? Alright, you got me. I grew up near the Reach. We had more mountains than forests, more wolves than foxes. Red and black fur, not something you normally see in Vodusk, even this close to the forest.
That's true.
Are you sure that it's Fulren's fox that people have
May
seen?
the Fae guide us.
Undoubtedly. It's trying to find him, and if you follow it, I suspect you'll have a success. Why don't you just follow it? Because I'm hiring you to do the job. Do I really need to explain myself? Oh, she's so snotty. Go find your own kid. Ask about the church.
You said...
You said that Fulren's fox was seen around the church. Did he have any particular relationship with the Krovikan? I'm gonna go with Krovikan
How
church.
was that?
No, why would he? I'm just trying to figure out what is going on here.
Do not be fooled.
It's not unheard of a Leshan to convert, but not Fulren, not my son. Then why would the fox end up there? If anything, they are probably keeping him prisoner, used his supposed death as a cover to take him and do awful experiments on him. That's a serious allegation. What do you know about the church, Lady Rykov? Never been much of a believer myself, but I have seen the people they heal. Their sacrament cures almost any disease, so they must know something.
If you ask me,
They are an abomination before Dan, worshipping a false goddess. I have family who are believers. Then I'm sorry for you. Though I expect newly Yavin, I forget her her name. That your relationship with your family is strained. Can't deny that. Okay, that's all quite interesting, but there's something I'd like to know more about. Ask about Fulren's death. I know it's a touchy subject, but how did Fulren supposedly die?
Have you considered?
You mean the story given to me by the Human Empire? Human Empire? Hey, Lapidus would love to know what sort of language has taken hold. Did I misspeak? There's no empire. There's a self-proclaimed emperor, but it's complicated.
Would you agree?
The human kingdom's only allied to repel the Leshen, and now your leader wants to make the allegiance into a permanent arrangement. Basically.
Glorious.
Why do you know so much about human politics? Our people were at war for decades, but you were asking about Fulren. You said that he helped some human prisoners escape the Dune executioners. Do you know the name of any of these prisoners? Anyone I could talk to? These prisoners were probably the last people to see him alive. Eddard Galkin.
Huh?
Who?
I believe.
That's the name of the human who reported the death of my Fulren. What do you know about him? He was one of the prisoners at the camp where Fulren was stationed. I can tell you where to find him. He lives here in the city, though he refuses to ever see me. I'm sure he feels guilty over.
As it should be.
Well, he should.
Let me think.
I'll be sure to speak to him. Perhaps he remembers something about Fulren's last moments.
That's all for now.
I have all the information I need. I know what I'm asking is difficult. Finding a dead man? Yeah, it's up there. And I'm not a fool. I know I might be wrong, but please, if the story of his death is true, where is his body? Was never recovered?
I must know.
Now, do you see why I'm unconvinced? If the story is true, if he was killed by his own people, the Irdan, for helping humans escape execution, why wasn't his body preserved?
How did this get here?
That's a good question. Surely your people, even the Irdan would have returned him for a proper burial. That they did not assures me that he is still alive. Please, Sophia Rykov, take the case, find my son.
How did this get here?
What are you offering?
In that case,
Would a pound of gold suffice? A pound? I'm sure we could work out whatever that would be to your currency. It's just that we have far more use for the metals than any paper signifying the value. That's a lot of gold, and don't get me wrong, we definitely want the gold. I'm just not sure there's anywhere in Vodas that's accepting imperial rubles. So, have I convinced you? Will you help me find my Fulren? Yep, it's money. I'll do it. I'll find your son.
splendid.
That's what I like to hear.
I got this.
Don't worry, I'll find him. And the gold you offered Harriman?
I can accept that.
Find Fulren or his body, and it's all yours. Okay. Oops, that puts us all the way back to... Oh, all the way back to the beginning. Or over there, okay. Options. What's options look like? Save game. Where did I talk to her? Okay, so that cloudy thing on the right, that's where we came out of. I should focus on finding more clues right now. The Imperial Inspector. I don't think Inspector Luca is in his office right now. Oh. Luca Artemovich Tercherev is the appointed Imperial Inspector for the city of Bodusk. This is only a meaningful title if you believe that the Emperor controls Bodusk, when he doesn't have a claim to the land or the throne. He's a pain in my ass, but I'm more of a pain in his, because everyone who comes to me to solve their problems is undermining his so-called authority. Nevertheless, he often has information and resources I can only dream of, and he prefers to be aware of my activities in the city, probably because he hopes to drag me into a jail cell one of these days. So we have a very tenuous alliance.
Lady Rika, would you believe that I was actually looking to speak with you?
Uh-oh. Inspector Luca, don't flatter me. I know you never wish to see me.
Normally, that's true. After the Sevenkov matter, I hoped you would never come to my doorstep again.
We could have worked together, Artemovich. I came to you with a plan.
Your plan didn't make any sense. How did you know the layout of the house? I could have sent my men into an ambush.
Okay, let me see if I can turn down the music, because this music is really... Okay, come on. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that's better. That music was really loud. Well, Savinkov was screwing his business partner?
There was no way to know what he was up to in there.
Oh, I guess you knew. I knew. You just needed to believe me.
You got lucky. You could have been setting his wife into a dead and separatist rebels for all you could be certain of.
I have my ways of investigation. You have yours. Now, why are you so excited right now?
Why? Read this.
A writ of his investigation? If that excites you, you really don't have enough to do.
Take a look at the name on the writ. Do you recognize it?
Sierra Alba. I don't believe so.
She was one of the Leshan prisoners who escaped Novigrad before the immolation. With your help, if I recall correctly.
You're bringing up that old tale again? You know the Imperial Army cleared me of any wrongdoing. None of these Leshan had anything to do with the attack.
That's
Or none of those.
Story, but it seems like it isn't the full one. I've been tasked with uncovering Sierra Alba's connection to the Ear Dune.
Ear Dune. I have to remember how to say that. Ear Dune.
What?
Why?
Her release and pardon, like all Leshan prisoners, was conditional upon her being entirely uninvolved with the extremist plot that detonated the Onigrad Fey reactor.
What does this have to do with me?
Surely you must be worried about what will happen when we find out you helped one of the terrorists who destroyed Onigrad.
Like I told you, I was cleared of any wrongdoing. You're not going to run me out of Vodusk like
We'll
this.
see. Depending on how the Sierra Alba story goes, I wouldn't be so sure.
You know, since you are so personally connected to this matter, it would be helpful if I could take your statement.
You can read my testimony before the Onigrad Commission. There are dozens of pages and I'm sure you can requisition them.
So, you're not going to cooperate?
Not when you're clearly trying to involve me. Change your tune and help me out on my latest case. Maybe I'll reconsider.
My writ orders me to investigate Sierra, not you. You're just a bonus.
Oh.
If you're suddenly cooperative, you're not so interesting to me.
Come on, Artemovich. You know you're interested in
What
me.
do you want? Why are you here?
What do you know about a Leshan by the name of Fulren Adek?
Nothing. Why would I know anything about a Leshan?
You're the city inspector, Artemovich.
Believe it or not, the Leshan that remain at the docks want very little to do with the Imperial Inspector. The Lapidus sigil means nothing to them. They deal with the Separatists before me.
But you have heard the name before. What about his mother, Tiatha?
I'm not going to do your job for you, Lady Raykov. Hell, I don't even want you doing your job.
I'm here to do you a favor. I'll cut you in on the profit. Oh no, I'll do the favor.
This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you.
Believe it or not, Artemovich, I'm here to do you a favor.
Don't believe it.
Harriman believes that my client might be looking to inflame tensions between the humans and the Leshen here in Vodesk. I thought you would want to know. And who is your client? You know I can't just give that information away. He's growling. Your client is Tiatha Adek, isn't it?
Huh?
How did you guess that?
You're trying that again?
You're not very good at keeping secrets, especially for someone who is supposed to be so fantastic at uncovering them. But I didn't say anything about Tiatha or my case. She came here first to see if there were any Leshen prisoners in our jail.
Doesn't add up.
She came to you before me, and she gave you her name?
In the meantime,
The Empire is no danger to peaceful Leshen. But she knew well enough that I wouldn't help her find whoever it is she's looking for, so now you're here. Never mind. Yes, you're right. My client is Tiatha Adak, and she's looking for her son Fulren. He supposedly died in the last few days of the war, but she thinks he's still alive and here in the city. Can't Leshen feel that sort of thing and be sure of it? Yes, and that's part of the mystery. She says she can't feel him, but she knows he's not dead.
that's just what I needed today.
Sounds like a liar to me.
What a mess.
That's what Harriman is afraid of, that she might be using me to start some kind of conflict in Vodesk, searching for a dead Leshen killed in war and opening up old wounds. You should listen to your friend, but I know you won't.
I can use this.
See? We can work together. We understand each other.
So,
I suppose I should thank you for letting me know that you're about to start trouble. Best thing you've ever done for me. How about this? You hear something about this Iridek boy after I start ruffling feathers, you tell me.
luck isn't earned.
I'd rather you just avoid ruffling feathers. You know that's not gonna happen. Fine. If you cause trouble, I'll be sure to let you know about it, but I can't promise that I won't be the ones who haul you into jail. Good luck catching me.
Fine.
Say, if you're looking to make a few gold pieces of legitimate way, I might have an imperial writ for you to deliver. You want me to run errands for Emperor Lapidus? I want you to run errands for me. That you were given by Emperor Lapidus. As you keep pointing out, we're understaffed here, but I do have some discretionary funds to hire short-term temporary help. I can offer you 20 gold for this job.
You've got potential.
Besides, you do seem to have a knack for getting things done. Deliver the writ. I'll deliver the writ. Sure, I'll be running around the city anyway. Here you go.
So,
His name is Ivan Offenen. He needs to testify on a case about pre-occupational land ownership. The writ includes his physical description and a few other details. Problem is, I can't find his address. It would take me too much time to track him down. No real hurry on this, as I've never trust anything time-sensitive to a scoundrel like you. But you trust me to deliver it all? But you trust me to deliver it at all?
I would enjoy that.
The way I see it, it's a win-win. You either deliver them and get them off my desk, or after a few days, I finally have a reason to arrest you. Stealing Imperial property is a crime after all. Oh, what a douchebag. Till next time, then. Okay. Skybound Books. Let's check out the bookstore. Welcome to Skybound Books. Are you looking for anything specific today? Browse for books. I'm just here to shop. Take a look at what we have in stock. Oh. I have 2 gold coin. That's not gonna get me. Oh, these are only 1 apiece. Wait. Wait, let's go back here. How much are these? Browse shop. Okay, research on the monsters of Orez by a scientist named Kavanaugh. The history of Fey reactors by a scientist named Falacho. Some research book about magical medicine. And a book about sexual practices of Leshen. Sounds like a best read around. I don't think it. Do I have enough? No, I don't have enough. It won't let me buy anything. No, I don't want to buy. Oh. Okay. Ask for gossip. Heard any good gossip lately? Gossip is always good, because there's always one little bit of truth to it. I've been volunteering over the county council to help them sort out pre-occupation deeds, and let me tell you, it's a mess. Huh, really? Nobody really knows who owns anything around here. We're dealing with decades-old documents to parcel out county land. Sounds like a pain. You have no idea. So if you don't know, who do you rent this land from? Until it's all worked out, everything within the city limits is held in trust by the Vodas Council. Doesn't that give them a motivation to drag their feet? Except outside the city lines, the Empire can operate with impunity since there's no one to kick them out. Okay. Will that be all for you, Ivan Afanan? Do you know anyone named Ivan Afanan? Afanan? No, I don't think so. He's described here as a big, brawny olive skin. That's pretty big, and Ivan is a common name. Worth a try. Okay, that's it. I have all I need for now. Thank you. Okay, I need to get a blanket or something. It suddenly got cold in my apartment. Okay, I'm back, and it says, oh, let's see, I went to the bookstore, so now I want to go this way. Whoops, what is this? Even though I lived in Vodas ever since my recovery, this is my first time I've set foot in a Krovikan church. Growing up, I've never felt comfortable in church, and after what happened to me in Onegrad, that sensation intensified. The Krovikans know more about magic than any other group of humans. Though their ministers are forbidden from using it themselves, they study it, they assist the scientists who work to harness it, but ultimately they believe that they serve as a power higher than the Fae.
Hello there, stranger. What brings you to our church?
Maybe?
Have you seen a forest fox around here? Black and red fur?
You're looking for a fox?
It's a long story. Just wondering, have you seen it?
I don't recognize you. Are you a new member of the flock?
It's not like that.
I don't really worship.
Is there a reason why?
I'm sorry, but I'm actually here on business. I don't really have time for a sermon.
That's your mistake. After all, Lady Esther has time for you.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm sure she does. She has nothing but time.
What do you mean by that?
I just want to know if you've seen the fox or his owner, a Lushan by the name of Fulren Adek. Did he ever come by here? Oh, you got quiet all of a sudden. I take it that name rings a bell.
No, of course not. Why would an elf come here? Lady Esther does not watch over their people.
And why is that? Never made much sense to me. Daeun cares for them, Esther for humans?
Lady Esther is not the same as Jean. What has Esther done for the elves? Did she come through the Fae for the elves? Did she die for the elves so they could learn from her?
Maybe?
I don't know. Maybe. That was hundreds of years ago, and we didn't exactly have time to ask her before.
You should not speak such words here. This is...
Sister Amelia, please lower your voice. This is no way to treat a guest.
But this woman...
The church is open to believers and non-believers alike.
She comes here and openly mocks our teachings.
Huh. Actually, I just came here to ask a few questions.
Heretical questions.
What has gotten into you, sister? Please, return to your quarters until you are calm. Again, I must apologize for Sister Amelia. Please, allow me to begin this introduction anew. I am Patriarch Arkady Dmitrievich Valentine.
Sophia Rykov.
Ah, House Rykov. The
Rykov.
hunt is not without honor.
That's cute.
Cute. Do you memorize all the house banners?
Only those I administered to.
So you know my mother.
She is a generous patron of the church. It is surprising that you do not follow in her footsteps, but alas, Esther has not made herself clear to you.
Maybe if your staff was more welcoming.
Sister Amelia must be feeling under the weather. I've never seen her so caustic. Very strange.
I think she's hiding something. I doubt Sister Amelia is just feeling unwell. I think she might be hiding something. I came in to ask her about a woodland fox and she immediately got defensive. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't seem like a very worrisome line of questioning.
No, it does not.
That tells me that she probably knows something about the fox.
Are you looking for a lost pet?
It's a little more complicated than the fox I can probably find. It's the owner I'm looking for. A Lushan by the name of Fulren Adek.
Strange you would come to the Croverkin Church looking for a Lushan. We do not have many of their people among us, as you well know.
Oh, I'm quite well aware. It's just... Wait. I just want to be clear on what you just said. You do not have many Lushan? Do you have any?
Esther welcomes all who wish to join her and serve her on this earth.
But they can see into the Fae, and they don't age. Why do they need...
Esther gives us more than a connection to the worlds beyond, and certainly more than just the promise of a longer life on this earth. Why would a Lushan serve the church? Perhaps even I don't know. That is not for me to question. Perhaps she has something different to offer them.
Like what?
We humans must force our connection to the Fae. It takes decades of practice to even begin. Because of that, we romanticize it. We treat it as some great gift. But perhaps the Lushan, born with a connection, grow tired of it and wish for something else.
Well, you've certainly got my interest now, Patriarch.
Unfortunately, I know nothing about the Lushan you seek. I was merely speaking theoretically.
What about Sister Amelia? Could she know something about him?
Perhaps. She's been in Verdansk for much longer than I. but I highly doubt it. She assures me that she has told me everything of importance, and I would find a Leshen convert, no matter who he might be, very important.
Does she know that?
Undoubtedly.
Ask about Mea, ask about Katie. Is there anything you less about?
Could there be a connection?
So tell me a bit about Emilia. You said she has been here longer than you. What do you mean?
You cannot believe such things.
I was not dispatched by the church to Vodask until the town was liberated. There were no official Koverkan presence here. The Leshen didn't permit it? No, of course not. The whole region was cut off by the rest of the human world. No religious exemptions to the embargo? The Iriduan do not consider us a religion. So what about Emilia? She was here during the occupation. She maintained an unofficial presence for the church within the city walls. She ministered to the flock, would give sermons in abandoned warehouses, and helped support the general psyche of the humans in the city. But the church itself, this building, was abandoned? Emilia was smarter than to hold services here where they would find her. Were there any hard feelings when you took over? Did she think she should be the patriarch or matriarch of Vodask?
I lied of Esther.
Esther teaches us that jealousy towards those on whom she has bestowed her favor is without merit, as she will choose us when we are needed. That wasn't an answer to my question. There has been a transition period for the church, but change is never easy. She will understand that I have been chosen to lead Vodask. Why wasn't she given a chance?
Here's what I think.
Now that the church has official presence here, we are permitted to administer the Sacrament of Tears. Only those who have been trained at the Divine Institute may perform the ritual. Is there anyone in Vodask who can even afford the sacrament? One would hope that the fortunes of the city would continue to ascend as we become further removed from the occupation. Okay, ask about Arcady. What about you, Patriarch? What brings you to Vodask?
I know what I must do.
Like all who serves Esther, I am here merely to enact her great vision. Just as surprised to see a sound of House Van Zin ministering to a city on the Leshen border. You're a long way from home. As are you, Lady Rykoff. That's fair. I'm running for my family. Can I assume the same goes for you?
Open your mind.
Not at all. After the end of the occupation, I was chosen by the church to lead this region. It is simple as that.
Let's get into trouble.
What did you do to piss them off? Nothing. Why would you assume that I am here as a punishment? I just figured that the House Manzin could pull you a much better, cushier position, far away from the land of place, where you have to deal with questions about missing Leshen or any Leshen at all. This is where I want to be, Lady Rykoff. I have been given a great opportunity here, and I am the youngest patriarch in the church. That would not be possible out east. Ambition, then. The High Patriarch and the Emperor both recommended me for this post, Miss Rykoff. How could I turn it down?
Got this.
Now it's coming together. You're here for the same reason as Inspector Luca.
What?
And that is... Imperial Lapidus wants as many loyal people in Vodask as possible. I'm here to serve Esther, not poke around about in the politics of men. And the people who put you here... You are very prickly for someone who came here looking for my help.
Watch and learn.
Don't really have time to be courteous.
You are an interesting woman.
I respect that, and as you're concerned, it does not matter how I found myself here. Esther works through all men and uses their avarice? I don't know. And desire for power to craft her own plans. So even if you were put here for the wrong reasons, you're okay with that? I know what I have to do here in Vodask. The plans of others do not concern me. Ask about magic.
I have my doubts.
Do you mind if I pick your brain on something unrelated to the missing Leshen?
This is fascinating.
Another case or something more personal? Just curiosity. I don't often get to speak with someone who has trained at the Divine Institute. That is your own fault, Lady Rykoff. Our doors are always open, and as long as I'm not busy, I'm always available. What is the church's position on magic?
By the light of Esther.
Oh, a rather complicated subject. We do not often preach to this topic, as it is not applicable to most of our followers. Esther created men, and thus must have given us both the ability to use magic, but also the biological obstacles that make it so difficult.
It doesn't add up.
That sounds like a contradiction. Indeed, it is. Many scholars have tried to reconcile this paradox. Many believe that human use of magic was only a transitory phase. We were really meant to use it as we do now, to bring light and advancement through technology. So, Esther wanted us to use magic in the exact way that started the war with the Leshen? Doesn't seem like much of a plan. Even our oldest prophets, those who said to have heard the voice of Esther themselves, could only perceive scraps of her vision. Perhaps the war was necessary for completing her path to ascension. That is not a pleasant thought, but it is one that must be considered.
All those people.
So everyone who died,
You were correct.
they have all been redeemed in the eyes of Esther. I'm sure it's comforting to all their families. If they are believers, it is.
That's all for now.
That's all I have.
You are always welcome here.
If you need anything else, I will be here.
Thanks.
Here's my address. Let me know if you see the forest fox, and I'll come back and retrieve it. Okay, so here's the outskirts of town. Okay. Let's check out that. I don't think I'll find anything here useful in the outskirts right now. Okay. I went there. Oh, wait. I didn't go here. Spectre. Okay, let's walk down here and see how far I can go down this way. Not that far. Okay, what is this place? So according to your desk plate, your name is Dimitri? That's correct. Too bad. I'm looking for a fellow named Ivan, and you're a close match to his physical description. Interesting coincidence. Too bad I'm not him. So that wasn't him. Odds and ends. Welcome to the odds and ends shop. What can I do for you today? Okay, browse for items. I don't have no money. Ask for gossip. Heard any good gossip lately? Gossip? Well, I hear some of the elves' border cities are in chaos.
Huh?
Oh, really? Most of them who were living in occupied territory returned back to their lands. They settled in cities in the forest rather than making the long trip back. Guess there's some overcrowding. After what they put the city through, I hope it's hard on them. Okay, ask about Ivan Afanon. Aphonen.
How about this?
Do you know anyone around here named Ivan Afanen? Ivan, as a matter of fact, I do. Why are you looking for him? Because apparently looking for a missing Leshen from the war isn't hard enough already. You work privately, though, right? You don't work for the Empire?
Huh?
Emperor? I do whatever pays. Officially, no. I don't work for the Emperor, but I'm running this errand for someone who does. I just hope he's not in trouble again. I need to deliver a writ of investigation, so he might not be in trouble just yet. I suppose the investigation will determine that. Fine. I'll tell you where to find him. Hopefully he'll face up to the investigation rather than stirring up trouble. Either way, he'll probably react better to a pretty woman than Inspector Tederiff. I try. He's working at the city hall as one of the front desk clerks. He works long hours there, so you should be able to find him most days.
It doesn't add up.
That's odd. I go by City Hall occasionally. I don't remember ever seeing someone by that name. He goes by Dimitri now. After the Long War, he changed his name. There are too many people who might bear a grudge from the bad days, you know? I understand. I won't shout it to the rooftops. He's a big burly guy with a face like a hawk and an earring in one ear. Kind of a hard to miss, really.
I can use this.
Hiding in plain sight, as they say. Thanks so much for your help. Just give him the news gently, won't you? Okay, can't do anything else for you. Okay, never mind, because we don't have money. I have all I need now. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I should focus on finding more clues now.
Oh, hello there. Who are you?
Eddard.
I hope that you're selling something because I'm already interested.
Selling? No, I'm not selling anything except answers, I guess. That's right. The only thing I'm selling is the truth.
I see. You're with the Krovikins. How disappointing. You looked far more interesting than a typical church girl.
The church? Oh no. Sorry, I was just trying to be poetic, and apparently I should stick to the facts. I'm a private investigator, and I'm looking for Eddard Galkin.
Then I have good news for you, love. You have found him. And a private investigator. What turnabout. First you were interesting, then you were boring. Now you are fascinating. What's your name? I feel I'm at a disadvantage.
I'm Sofia Noyevna Rikov.
Noyevna.
Disowned by my mother, took away my father's name. It's a long story.
I bet it's more interesting than anything I can tell you. Now, what are you investigating? A jilted wife? I'll confess, I may not be innocent there.
No, not this time. Though I'll keep you in mind next time that's the issue. I'm actually looking into a disappearance of someone you may have known during the war.
Huh. Well, I served alongside so many soldiers during the war, I may not be of any help.
You'll remember this one. He saved your life, or so the story goes. I'm not looking for a human. I'm looking for a Leshen. Fulren Ir Adek. Uh-oh, he's not saying anything. Not too much to say all of a sudden.
Fulren is not a missing person. Fulren is dead.
That's the official story and what his mother was told, but I'm looking to find out if there's something I'm missing. By all accounts, you were the last person to see Fulren alive. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
The official story is the truth. And I'm not just the last person to see him alive. I was the first person to see him dead.
Huh?
So you can confirm that Fulren Ir Adek died during the war.
The war was already over when Fulren was killed. The immolation of Onegrad was the last gasp of the Leshen. They thought they could bully us into submission. But even their own people turned against them when they saw what war had turned them into.
Trust me, I know all about it. I was at Onegrad.
Once again, Noyevna, I suspect you have a far more intriguing story to tell than I.
Try me.
I was a poor soldier. Never meant for the front lines, but the youngest of my brothers. I thought I could prove myself, and I was wrong. I was captured less than a month into my services, spent the last year and a half of the war in a prison camp. After the immolation, the Ir Dune came to camp and ordered all the prisoners killed. But Fulren helped me escape. He was killed by his people so I could live.
What?
You saw him die?
What have I been telling you? Of course I did. Cut down by an arrow just yards from the prison camp.
What happened to his body?
I didn't stick around to find out. I was the one they wanted to kill after all. Fulren just got him away.
I need more.
Ask why Fulren saved you.
Remind me,
Why did Fulren risk his life and die to save you?
What do you think?
He was a good man and He was a good man. He and other guards cared about us. They respected us. They knew it was wrong for the Iridun to demand our deaths, especially right at the end of the war.
Say again.
How long did you know him?
Of course.
He was there the entire time I was at the prison. He cared about us. He knew how dumb the war was, and I think he only stayed in the army to make sure we were well treated. If not for us, I suspect he would have joined the uprising against the Iridun back in the Leshan homeland. So when the Iridun tried to take command of the camp and kill you, he and the other guards unlocked all our cells. Oh, wait. Wrong voice. He and the other guards unlocked our cells and let us go free. They defended us as we escaped.
Glorious.
Did you expect this?
Fulren.
You never expect someone willing to die for you, no matter how close you've become.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That was crass.
Don't you worry.
No, you're just doing your job, and I'm sorry to report that it is pointless. Fulren is dead. I'm sure of it.
Glorious.
Vodask is a long way from the Eastern Highlands and the territory of House Galkin. Why are you here?
The sky seeks no anchor.
I was in prison nearby for over a year, and in a strange way, this feels more like my home than home. Does your family worry about you? Never had much standing with them, sadly, and getting captured less than a month into my service didn't do me any favors in their eyes. Though I suppose I could have it worse and be disowned like you. You think it's bad to be captured by enemy? Imagine if you're accused of assisting them in the immolation.
What do you mean?
That is why you were disowned? You assisted the Leshan at Onergrad? Nothing so awful. At the very end, right before the reactor exploded, we all knew that it was only a few of the attackers responsible. The rest didn't understand their mission and were innocent of anything to do with the immolation. I helped them find their way out of the military base where they were being kept.
Fulren.
So, you were like Fulren. You didn't want your captives to die.
Maybe?
Something like that. I was injured in the immolation, and while I was recovering, the story took on a life of its own. Couldn't get out in front of it, and once my superiors realized I was still alive, I'd already been branded a traitor. Even after the Leshan surrendered, even after my actions were explained, my family still refused to listen. And you stayed in Vodas because? I've got my reasons for keeping out of the public eye.
Excellent.
We have a lot in common. Ask about
Can you give me any more details?
Has Tiatha Adept come to visit you?
What now?
Why would she? I'm sure she must blame me for Fulren's death. Actually, she thinks he's still alive. She's the one who hired you then? Oh wait, that's not what that says. She's the one who hired you, isn't she? If I can't find him, I'm to find his body. That's why I asked. I doubt you'll find it. The Iridun likely burned him as a heretic.
Remind me.
Isn't burning a corpse itself blasphemous?
Of course.
Exactly. You do not understand the Iridun if you think that they care to obey their own rules. And you do know about them?
I remember.
Fulren told me his family was very religious, though he was not.
Glorious.
Did he ever talk about his mother? Was she with the Iridun?
Well, maybe.
I don't know. She was religious, and he had Iridun in his family, that I know for sure. Then Harriman was right. I need to be careful. Indeed, I would suggest that you avoid looking into this matter altogether. That is exactly what Harriman said as well. Did he visit you first? I have never met the man. Huh. You could have fooled me. So when I find out something, do you want me to let you know?
Let me know what exactly.
What happened to Fulren? He saved your life, so I thought you might have some interest
What
in...
have I told you? Fulren died. I saw it myself.
I just thought...
I know what I saw.
But
What about his body? Don't you want to know where he is buried?
What would that mean? Thorin isn't his body. It's just a remnant of what he once was. What use would I have of that?
Don't you want to pay your respects?
I already do that. In my own way.
So if I learn anything...
Please, Sophia. Nolyevna. I don't want to relive that time of my life. You must understand, don't you? You were a veteran too. You witnessed the immolation. You wouldn't want to be dragged back into those memories, would you?
Like I have a choice.
I don't understand.
Some of us don't have the option to forget.
Did I offend you? That's the last thing I would wish.
Don't worry, Edward. I'm tougher than I look.
That is good to hear. I would not want to alienate you, Nolyevna. Should you wish to consult me on any other topic, I am right here and waiting for you.
Glad to hear it. Can't have enough friends in this city.
I'll certainly strive to be your friend, Nolyevna.
Thanks.
If I learn anything, I'll be
I
back.
look forward to seeing you again. Though I hope it will be for other reasons.
Okay. Now what is this place? Do you have an appointment?
Nope.
I'm afraid not. Then please turn around and show yourself out. Oh, it just kicked me out. Okay. Okay, so I've talked to him. Been there. Oh, this is the way to go back. Do you wish to return to the main menu? No. Okay, let's go this way. Inspector. City limits. Since I talked to every... Oh, dang! I forgot to go... I know what I forgot to do. Go back and drop off that writ, because that's that guy in the thing. This isn't it. That's not it. Let's go back to City Hall, or whatever that place is called. So I can get some money from this fool who said he wasn't who he was. So according to your desk plate, your name is Dimitri. That's correct. Too bad, I'm looking for a fellow named Ivan, and you're a close match to his physical description. Interesting coincidence. Too bad I'm not him. Drop the act, Ivan. I spoke to your friend at the odds and ends shop. She told me you worked here under an alias. She sold me out? Nothing like that. She seems to believe you have nothing to hide. She hopes that you'll cooperate and respond to this writ of investigation as requested. Any trouble can be avoided. A writ of investigation? I received a pardon for my crimes during the war. Commander Aristov approved my appointment here, and this may not be related to that at all. All I know is that it's a writ of investigation, originates from the royal courts of Lapidus. The rest is up to you. Just consider yourself served. Someone has made a big mistake, and they'll regret it. Fine, fine, but you can voice your complaints to Imperial Inspector Artomovich. I'm just a messenger. Okay. So, I delivered that. Let's see. Okay. Now, maybe we can get some money, because we are, like, dead broke. I have 2 pennies, or 2 gold. 2 gold ain't gonna do me nothing. Okay, let's see.
Lady Rico.
You must be the reason Ivan Afanan came to visit me just now.
But
Why don't you look happier? Why don't you look happier about it? Because he tried to punch me in the face, and with a fist like his, he might have done some serious damage. Fortunately, I'm rather quick on my feet. I'm sure you are, Artemovich. I can't say his name, Artemovich. I'm going to call him Artie from now on. That's why I wasn't worried. So then, did you mention there'd be some payment involved?
Nice work.
Right, here's your gold.
Nice.
Oh, I got 20 gold coins. Nice doing business. You know that job wasn't so bad, so if you have anything else on your plate...
In the meantime...
I don't have any jobs for you at the moment, but I'll keep you in mind. Ask me again later.
Yes.
It's a promise. Okay. Let's go back to the office. Because I don't know who else to talk to. Oh, I run right there.
That's right.
Oh, there you are. Have any episodes while you were out?
Huh?
Episodes? It was a polite way of asking whether you started meowing at people. I'm fine, Harriman. I don't know why you keep worrying. You know that I don't have the same side effects as Leshen when I use high magic.
Please be careful.
That's what worries me. The side effects of polymorphy are a natural extension of the magic's alteration of your body. It's not experiencing them. Then we count ourselves lucky and only worry about problems when they actually arise. That is short-sighted.
Maybe?
There is something that we need to worry about, however. You're not turning into other animals, are you? No, that would be fun, not worrisome. I need to know about Sierra or Alba. I don't believe I know that name.
That day.
She was imprisoned with you back in Onagrad.
About Onagrad.
There were dozens of us in Onagrad Guard Tower. I did not know everyone else in with me. Luca Terativ says she might be an Iridun extremist. That is unlikely, as Iridun refused to be taken prisoner.
But
Unless that was part of the plan.
Don't concern yourself.
Well, Well, there's nothing I can tell you. I did not know Sierra. She must have been kept elsewhere in the tower.
what a mess.
This is bad, Harriman. I don't know what happens if the Imperial Army finds out that I freed someone responsible for the immolation.
I don't trust it.
How could this prisoner have anything to do with the immolation if she was imprisoned at the time? Even if she did have ties to the Iridun, she couldn't have been involved with what happened in Onagrad. I don't know, and I have no idea what Luca is going to do with this information.
Now what?
He's wanted you out of the city since we started working here. What are you afraid of? He discovers some connection to the immolation and blackmails you to leave? We could find another place to work.
No.
No, that's the worst case scenario. The Imperial Army pardoned me for freeing you and the other relation. But they can take that. But they can take back that pardon. They can? That's hardly fair.
This is not fair.
Imperial Lapidus doesn't care about fair. He doesn't care about the Vodusk he doesn't care that Vodusk isn't his city. That's why Luca is here in the first place.
Don't really mean that.
You think they would charge you for treason months after the fact because of information it took them this long to find? I don't know what they'll do. I know my mother would push for it. Oh, nice mom. That's horrible. Your own mother? You've been living around humans since you were captured in Onagrad. This should not surprise you. But
I think.
I destroyed our family a year ago. I might have been married to the Imperial family itself. Now I've been stripped of my name. She'd rather I wasn't around at all.
If we could change the past.
That's terrible. I'm over it, but I won't let her, Luca Tatarev, or the Emperor win. I'm going to stay on this case, but I need you to find out anything you can about Sierra or Alba. We need to cut this off at the pass. I have to admit, it's refreshing to see you so driven. I'll find out what I can from the lesson I know here in Vorisk. I suspect Sierra is here since Luca received the writ of investigation. I'll do what I can. Meanwhile, what were you able to find out about Tiatha's son? I thought you didn't want me to take that case. Well, I'm curious.
Well,
I've got this.
That's what I thought. Here's what we know so far.
I don't understand.
If Eddard Galkin saw Fulren die, why are we taking this even further?
Doesn't add up.
You know it's not that simple. Something else is going on here, perhaps involving the Krovikins. Don't you want to look into it? Not particularly. Why would you want to stir up that particular hornet's nest? Might as well try and connect us all back to Emperor Lapidus and make ourselves enemies of everyone. No, it's not the Central Church I'm thinking about. Patriarch Vanza didn't know anything about Fulren, but his attendant, Sister Amelia. She was the one who was here in Vorisk during the occupation.
Glorious.
Which means she could have plausibly known Fulren, dead or disappeared. He was gone by the time Vanzen
I
arrived.
don't trust it.
If you wanted to tell me more about the mainland church was kidnapping Leshen, I might entertain you. Never had a good feeling about them. But this one attendant? I don't think she kidnapped him, but she knows more than she's willing to say. Like what? And how are we going to figure that out? Don't tell me you've developed some sort of mind reading, because that has a whole new set of side effects for me to warn you about. No, but that gives me an idea.
Sophia?
I shouldn't have said anything. Remember when I was able to use their astral projection? I could stand outside a building and just look inside. It made everything so much easier. You were caught loitering outside of a pub because you were in a trance. Yes, but I observed Lady Crouppen and her gentleman callers proving her husband's suspicion and earning us a month's rent.
However,
Once you saw them together, you could have stopped watching and saved yourself the questioning.
I like this.
Did you see Lady Crouppen? And more to the point, did you see the two men she was with? I doubt you could have stopped watching.
that's besides the point.
That's absolutely the point. What does any of this have to do with the case we have now? You haven't been able to use astral projection for weeks. But I can turn into a cat, which is almost as good, maybe better, since I won't get caught in a trance outside a seedy pub. Are you serious? After everything I've warned you about? If I'm not going to use those powers, why do I even have them? That's the question we've been trying to answer for several months. I'm never going to be able to control this magic if I don't exercise it. I suppose that is true, but you need to be careful. If you end up transforming in front of someone, there's no telling what that will lead to. I've been in complete control since the very first transformation. It's been less than a day. And like I've said, no side effects.
This cannot continue.
You can't expect that to continue. You know that? You keep telling me, and yet you still want to risk using your powers in public? I'll be careful. Harriman's right. Using my powers is dangerous in more ways than one. But how can I ignore them?
Don't worry about it.
I'll be careful. I'll only transform here and other places where I absolutely can't be seen.
This isn't safe.
What if you get in trouble as a cat? What will you do then? What do you mean by trouble? Say you encounter an angry dog. Will you be able to get away without transforming back into your normal form? Or will you panic and potentially reveal yourself? I'm not dumb, Harriman. I know that people are a lot more dangerous than a dog. Just remember that when you're in the heat of the moment. It seems like you've made up your mind, so there's no point in arguing. Let's make sure you can transform in and out of a cat form without a problem. Now I want you to close your eyes and focus. Concentrate on how it feels to turn into a cat, and when you're ready, I turned into a cat. There, and as easy as changing my clothes. Just please be careful and don't transform in front of people. For pity's sake, transform here and before you venture into town as a cat or vice versa. So basically, I have to commit and plan ahead. I can't just transform whenever I feel like it. Yes, you understand perfectly. Damn. Oh, I came out of cat shape form. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here for tonight and continue this later. Let's see, options. Save the game. Okay. Okay, well, I want to thank those that did stop by. Next time you stop by, say hi, and I will continue this game maybe later on this week. This visual novel. It is kind of different. You know, it's like an interactive game, but it's a lot of reading. So I will see everybody later. If not, I'll see everybody in Final Fantasy XIV. Take care, have fun, and be safe out there.